Recently, a new update dropped for Vigor on Xbox One. This is update 1.1, the first big update since the free-to-play release. With this new update comes a new map, a new event called Buried Cache, some tweaks to the loot, weight influence, a different spin on team killing penalties, and much more. So let's take a look at everything that's included with this patch and see how the game's progressing. And let's go ahead and start right off with the new map, the new encounter, Brodelin Bridges. It's a very big map with two huge bridges crossing it. You can go over the bridge, you can go under the bridge, and you can even go into a catwalk underneath the bridge as well. So there's a lot of ways to get across, a lot of loot to be had, and I'm sure a lot of fights as well. The bridges aren't the only thing on the map, of course. Like I said, you can go completely under the bridge, and it's in a rural setting, so there's some woods and houses spread out throughout. It definitely is one of the best looking maps in my opinion in the game, and so far it's been a lot of fun to play it. There's also a new event that happens with each encounter. It's called Buried Cache. With Buried Cache, pictures spawn at random locations in the maps, and these pictures will display a location of a hidden treasure. Players who manage to figure out the image and find out where that is on that particular map will be able to dig up the buried cache and reap the rewards inside. It should have some nice loot in there, so it's worth your time to check it out if you're lucky enough to find one of the pictures. There's 4 new weapons being added with this patch as well: the MGV-176, the Combat Magnum, the SSG-82, and the ZA-M72. They also made some tweaks to the sway, spread, and recoil of all the weapons. I'm hearing some positive things throughout the community, but I didn't get in a lot of gunfights myself, so it's going to take some time to actually test this out and gather my own opinion. There's some new cosmetics, but honestly, some of the cosmetics are just way too expensive. I still think that, they need to lower the prices of the cosmetics. If they were to lower the prices of the items, they would probably sell more. For example, they have a sale on 2 items right now, and I think if I calculated it correctly, it's about $41 or $42 if you bought the crowns to actually pay for those 2 items, which in my opinion is just way too much for cosmetic items. If those items were each $5 or $10 or something closer to that, I think they would get more people in the end to spend more money on crowns and buy those items, but $18 for a hat is just a little steep in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people agree. Plus, it doesn't help that they actually just changed the antenna. Before, the antenna was gathering me about 11 crowns a day, and now it's been down to about 3.5. So they really cut the antenna generation of crowns in a third for me, but they said they're testing it out, maybe they'll revert it back. I think if we make our voices heard that, there should be a better way to generate crowns for yourself, or maybe if there's more crowns added to the missions. There's a fine balance that a free-to-play game has to find, and all free-to-play games go through this problem: how much to charge for in-game currency, and how much to actually let the player earn by themselves. Being free-to-play, Vigor has to make money somehow, and in-game microtransactions are basically the only way to do it. But they have to find that fine balance, in my opinion, to where things aren't overpriced, where people would actually want to go out and spend real-world money to buy their items. They've actually made some changes to the weight influence. Before, if you had a full bag and you were running around, you would make a lot of noise. But now if you have a full bag, you're actually going to drain stamina faster, which is going to limit the ability for you to sprint as often. And this is especially going to be true if you get the airdrop. The airdrop is going to be the heaviest item in the game, and it's going to slow your character down. So just be aware that if you do have a full bag, not only are you going to make more noise, but now you're going to run slower. So outrunning an opponent that's chasing you down might not be an option. You might have to stand and fight. There's a new penalty for team killers. Instead of instantly being labeled as a threat if you team kill, you'll get the team killer icon, so people in the match will know exactly what you've done, and maybe they'll come after you for some revenge. And team kills no longer count towards challenges, so if you have to get a melee kill, you can no longer kill your teammate to do that. So really, this is just a way to shame people more if they team kill. They didn't really make any changes to friendly fire or anything like that. We'll just have to see how this goes, and if it stops some of the team killing, but my guess is it really won't. Like I said in the beginning, they made some changes to the loot. They try to make the loot even more natural than it was before, so you'll find fertilizer in farms, wires in places that you would think would have wires, but from what I'm hearing, the loot has actually been nerfed. Now, I have to test this out more for myself to give a solid opinion on that, but just reading some of the comments, reading some of the replies on Twitter for the Vigor posts, it looks like some people aren't happy with the loot changes. But that does it for the content of this update. Let me go ahead and run through some of the bug fixes. They finally fixed the bug with the unpenetrable bushes, so you can no longer sit in certain bushes and be invincible. You can actually get shot, so bush campers beware. They fixed an issue with interaction on some door frames or objects, and just the interaction with objects in general. They fixed an issue where shooting sounds and muzzle flashes were not played for the user. They fixed an issue where insurance markers were not correctly displayed on all relevant items, and they fixed an issue where food is now insured. They also made some tweaks to the guns. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm going to link this changelog in the description below, so if you want to check it out for yourself, feel free to do so. But that pretty much does it for this update. Like I said, there's a new map, a new game event, some decent changes throughout, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. How are you liking this patch so far? I'm going to leave you with some new gameplay of the new Bridges map, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you like the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish. Also follow me on Twitter at YTBoris15. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll let the gameplay play out from here, but until next time, I'll see you later.
area through the exit.